All right, guys, how you all doing? Good evening, everybody. Good evening to every of our G and A members, all our clients, all our fans and followers in Nigeria, in America, and Australia, and any part of the world you're connected to. More importantly, in UK and in Dubai. Yes, today is another wonderful meeting for our becoming a global broker and the power meeting hosted by GTEX and Associate, which is a subsidiary of GTEX Holdings. Right here with me right now, I have on this platform right now, I have Queenette Uchendu. Queenette, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, thank you for coming. Also, I have Praise. I think the network just took her out now. She'll be joining us back. That's our UK branch manager. While Queenette is head of sales for GTEX Homes, and we'll be having her on board. Okay, Praise is back right now. Oh, Praise, you're welcome. How you doing, madam?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
Yes, and I'll say hi is the king over there because I know you know that the queen is not the king.
The king
But,
is recovering from losing his mom
oh, also okay.
and dealing with a new prime minister.
Yeah, that's true. You have a new prime minister that's an
Indeed.
Indian. I look forward to maybe having an Igbo man being a prime minister in the UK very soon, since we have
You
a
be the one, okay?
yeah. All right. So basically, guys, we have Praise here. She's the brand manager for UK, and she's going to be telling us about UK property, UK opportunities, and investment opportunities that we have in the UK that you can bring your prospects and you can bring your client all about. Because the goal of this meeting is actually to show our GTEX and associates all over the world how they can actually sell global properties. That means from the UK, from the US. So today now we're looking at the UK, and good thing is that Praise also has some property for us that we can jump on immediately and start pushing and get commission in pounds. Wow, you know that word, get commission in pounds. Pound, you know what pounds is in naira now? It's not a small boy thing, so it's very, very big commission. All right, Praise, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Musaku. Thank you. Hi, Queenette. It's a great opportunity to be here. I have some slides which I will be sharing, which will be shared on the screen. I've made it very short and sweet on how we can really understand the UK market and what needs to be done. Okay, so that's the very last slide. The very first slide is becoming a global broker, which will be the very first one that we need. And then the second one, we will go to quick introduction. Okay, so if we can have the first one, which says table of content. Table of content. Okay, so that's just going to explain very quickly what I will be going through. It says introduction of the reason why we obviously are having this presentation today. And also just to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm here based in the UK. I'm the UK office manager for GTEX. I've always had a passion for properties, and I have been given the privilege to work for this company through, I believe through what I have been doing, by God's grace, and also I have been in the media, media personality, show and work for a TV station as well for a good amount of years, about over 10 years. And so coming on to GTEX has really expanded my knowledge in property, which stemmed up from passion. And today I know that you will be getting a lot of information. Might be short and sweet, but please stay with us. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to send me your questions. My email is on the screen, praise.asimota. Maybe it might not be as obvious, but praise.asimota@gtexmail.com. gtexmail.com number is there, or you can also contact me on the info@gtexmail.com as well. Okay, so looking at we'll go to the next slide, and what you need to know about selling properties in the international market. That will be our next slide. That could come up. Thank you. Okay, what you need to know. First of all, you need to know about the international purchases, international market. If you're based in anywhere in the world and you want to buy property in the United Kingdom, you will be classed as an international purchaser. Okay, and that will not be a problem because we as a company have people who specialize in international purchases. But one of the things that is very important for these people, they need to see your details. Obviously, they will need to check that you have the money. And so when you are dealing with clients, these are the questions that we need to ask them, that they can prove that the money is on account. And we will be able to go through their documents to ensure that there's no money laundering. Very important questions that we need to engage with them before we start selling properties to them, because you don't want to sell properties to them and realize that they don't have all these documents. It would be a waste of your time. Hence, we are going through this. Then you can also let them know about other opportunities that are available here in the UK, even though they are abroad, which is the same thing with what we sell in Nigeria. There's opportunities for buy-to-let. There's opportunities for residential properties. If we can have that slide on, it will be very easy for others to see. There's opportunities for commercial properties. There's opportunities for, is what you need to know, okay? There's opportunities for properties, for you to buy properties on the auction. Now, buying properties on the auction is not as simple as just buying properties on the auction. You need to ask the client that if they can show proof that they have the money on account, because properties on the auction go like hot cake. So buying it doesn't just mean that I just go to the auction. There are people that will be bidding. If you have a good, a generous, or if the client has a generous budget, depending on how the bidding goes, they will be able to purchase that property. But it's always good to ask them for a budget, so that as you let them know the budget, or they let you know the budget, when you're looking for a property or something comes up and you think is something that they'll be able to bid towards, then you can let them know that this property is there. And are you willing? Is it something that you're interested in? There's also opportunities for what we call flipping, which is you buy a property which is under the value of what it would normally be sold in the market. And then if the client has a budget to develop the property, they'll be able to sell it within minimum time of about 60 days. These are opportunities that our clients can also have internationally. They're what we call deal packaging or packages, which is you might know somebody personally that wants to sell a property, and then you know somebody else personally that wants to buy a property. And then there's a lot of research that you would have to do to ensure that the person that you're selling it to is getting a bargain, because it is at that point that you'll be able to negotiate on the property. There's also opportunities for rent to rent, which is not really buying a property. We're at a place right now in the UK where rental market is at its peak, because we have a lot of people coming in from international countries, students that are coming in. And so if you meet someone who might also have a budget, might be interested in getting into the property market, but is not able to buy a property, they can negotiate because they have the finance, and also they have documents to prove that they'll be able to sustain the property. They can be able to acquire the property, and we can, as a company, place tenants in those properties and also get commission from that. Okay, so that's from the rent to rent. So these are things that we need to know. There is a lot of information to what I've said, but I'm just going to give it to us very briefly. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and I'll be able to assist you on that. Next slide, please. Okay, the next slide is who you need to know. Okay, so when we're selling properties to our clients, we need to know mortgage brokers, mortgage providers. This is all information that will let our clients know that we're equipped to sell, and we know what we're doing. So we need to know about mortgage providers. But what we want to do is encourage them to connect with our mortgage brokers, because our mortgage brokers are specialists in what we do. And also they will be able to get a variety, of offers and see what's available for them. We also need to know that we need to know solicitors that we can connect with our clients, because buying properties here is not just outright, you just can't just buy a property outright. You will need a legal representative to be able to handle the transaction for you. We don't particularly have solicitors, but we'll need to advise our clients. And as time is going, we will build up on our solicitors definitely, so that we can make recommendations. But people can also find solicitors for themselves. But it's important that our clients know that they need solicitors to get involved. Also, private conveyancers are very important. The banks have their conveyancers that they would send to value the property. But we want to encourage our clients to get private conveyancers, because the bank would value a property at what they have valued it at, but you want to make sure that the client is getting the property at the right value. Your private conveyancer, or you can advise the client, that the private conveyancer will let the client know if they're really getting a bargain from the property, or if they have been overcharged. So it's very important when we're empowering them or educating them in that area. We also want to know other agents, because other agents might have access to properties that we don't have. So when you're selling properties, it's good to create a good relationship with other agents so that you can interact. If they have properties that they need to put out in the market, maybe in the private market, not everything goes out on the public market. They can contact you to let you know, and and then we can look in our books to see who is there, that can match to the criteria of the property that the client is looking to sell, and then we can see how we can negotiate and sell that property to that person. Again, we also need to know auction companies. While we know about auction properties, we also need to know about auction companies that auction properties that are in the auction market. It's not just one that is out there, there's quite a few, but it's also good for us to know about them. Again, I talked about deal packages and the rent to rent as well. We need to know more information about that. So we'll go to the next slide. Don't forget, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Okay, so the next slide should show current listings. Yeah. And I've got about 3 properties that I will quickly show to us. After this slide, if you can kindly go to the PDF files that I've sent, because they would have more details on the properties that I'm about to show us, right? So our first property is the Horlicks Quarter. The Horlicks Quarter is, you can see it's a development that is in a place called Slough. Now, Slough is somewhere that is not far from the Heathrow Airport. The property that we're seeing right now is not everything that is available. You would need to check with us to see, because every day people are buying properties. You need to check with us as to what is still available in the market. But it's a historic landmark development in the central area of Slough, a restoration of iconic buildings, including the Horlicks factory, green open spaces. It has play areas, nursery, retail and commercial spaces as well. It's close to a station. I've mentioned that already, that it's close to the Heathrow Airport. It's 20 minutes on Paddington Station. Those in England would know where Paddington Station is. The property is on a leasehold. Anyone that buys property on this particular development will be buying property on a leasehold and not on a freehold. I hope I'm doing good with time. Please let me know when I've got like 5 minutes left so I can speed up. Yes, so it's on a leasehold, and it has a lot of other features which you will get to see a bit later. And it's also with now we don't directly own this property. it is, we have access to these properties through our developer, a developer that we have a relationship with, which is the Berkeley company, and they are reputable. They're a reputable company that builds properties not just in Slough but in other areas. I recently spoke to one of the managers who is arranging for me to, he's currently in Dubai, but he's made an arrangement for me to go with one of the staff when she returns back from Nigeria to look at properties in other areas, which I would, we would have access to in the area of Kent. It says there's quite a lot of developments that are going on there that we will get to see and also have access to sell to our clients. The properties range from 2-bedroom apartments, over 700 square feet on the right to park basis, and there also service charges also apply on these properties. But the most important thing that you need to know, completion of these properties, we're looking at 2024. So when somebody wants to buy a property on this development, they will be buying off plan. But off-plan means that they will be handed a key once the property is completed. They will not be buying land, they'll be buying a property off-plan, and a key will be handed over to them once the property is completed. Next slide, please. Okay, so I mentioned the features of the property. Unfortunately, I don't have pictures, but this is what you're seeing here. The 1-bedroom, it says 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and it also will let you know the square foot and how much a client, if they were to buy to let. Okay, so if somebody is buying a property because they're looking for return on their investment, it shows you on this plan, you would see that there's the estimated rental yield is about between 4 to 5%. Yeah, it's also showing the asking price for the properties as well, and also showing you what has been reserved or what has been sold, and also the anticipated completion date of these properties. So when people buy it, they're not properties that are ready, but their anticipated dates have been given as to when the properties will be completed. It also tells you where the plots of the properties are, if somebody's asking questions. So this is the kind of information that we would have access to for properties on this development. Next slide, please. Thank you. Okay. All right, so we can go to the next slide on this, which is there's another picture that we have of the Horlicks Quarter. We will just show you another part. Okay, that hasn't come up yet. Okay, so we have the Hurst Green. These are 4 to 5 bedroom, or actually between 3 to 5 bedroom properties that are in the area of Tunbridge Wells, which is a part of a region of the United Kingdom called Kent. Yeah, these are really big, beautiful properties, ranging from £500,000 upwards, and some of them have already gone. If we can go to the next slide. The good thing about these properties is that they are freehold properties. Now, the previous ones I showed us were leasehold properties, which means that a leasehold property means you own the property, but you don't own the land. A freehold property means that you own the land and you own the property. Okay, so these freehold properties that we are seeing here, again, there is an anticipated completion date. So we are seeing the model, they have not been completed. So if somebody was to buy this property or reserve and buy this property, they will be buying it off plan. And Berkeley is looking to complete these properties sometime in 2023. Okay, now I've seen I've seen your question. I think we'll come to that a bit later. Right. So this is the information that we have. So I paused there because I was looking at that that question there. So these are the specifications that we can see on the properties in Tonbridge Wells. There are 3 to 5 bedroom properties, like I mentioned. Some of them are detached properties, which means the house stands alone. Or we have semi-detached properties, which means 2 houses are connected. Detached, a house stands alone. Semi-detached, 2 properties are connected. And these these properties, great thing about them, they also come with car parks. Some of them have 2, some of them have 3 car parks for the owners. Sometimes the reason why this has been specified here is because sometimes you might buy properties which don't really have car parks, and so you'd have to find a local place for you to park your car. Sometimes you might have to pay for it, and sometimes it might be free. This is a very, very important question that you need to ask for properties that are being sold, and also we need to let our clients know that yes, in this specific area, free parking is available, or this specific area, there's no free parking, but you can pay, you can actually hire a car space and pay for it on a yearly basis. These are all expenses that our clients need to know, or we can say that this house does come with a car park, and this is the amount of car spaces that would be available to you. Okay, and as we could see, if we can just stay on that slide just a minute before we move on. Thank you very much. It also has a garden space, and the garden space is also there with the measurements, which will let our clients know. Again, the estimated time for completion is between 2023 to 2024. We'll be buying off plan and being handed keys when the property is completed. I think we have come to the end of this quick and short presentation. I would ask if there's any questions, sir.
Okay, that was awesome. Getting to hear what we have in Dubai, in UK, pardon me, in UK, and I think there are some questions already. I think there are some questions that were popping up already. Okay, one we have Taufik Adetunde Ali. I live in UK. Please, can I know the places in the UK that you have properties which are very lucrative for buy to let? Buy to let.
Okay,
Thanks.
most properties are for buy to let. We, like I said, we have a development that is going on in Kent. Kent is an area, even though it's out of London, there is quick access to London through train travel. And those are places that you can actually buy properties, and properties are going off there very, very quickly. And it's a place that you will also not just buy, but also be able to let to clients or to prospective tenants. Yes.
So when you say buy to let, when you say buy to let, are you saying I could actually buy and immediately get clients to also rent out, as in buy and rent out at the same time?
No.
Or I
So
could
the purpose of
rent it, then buy, start paying to us.
Okay, so the purpose of the property is
So
because
can you explain that term very well?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. So the purpose of
Yeah,
the
okay.
property is for return on investment. When the client buys a property on a buy to let, it means that they would have permission to let out the property. Okay, so that's buy to let. Now, but the property is bought. Actually, there are 2 types of buy to let. You can actually buy a property that already has tenants in it. But most times people buy properties that are empty and then they rent it out. Now, the developers would not be able to give you tenants to rent in the property, but they would be able to refer you to local estate agents that would have clients on their books waiting to rent properties. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Is there any difference between having property Um, can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, is there any difference between buying a property, that already has tenants, and buying an empty one to let it out? Is there any difference? Is there any benefits? Is there anything that
The
makes a difference?
benefit, yes. Yes, the benefit. I mean, the benefit is that if you buy a property that already has a tenant in it, it means that you don't have to go looking for tenants. Okay, you just need to know how, exchange contract between the owner, and they would let you know the terms and conditions as to how long those tenants would be in the property, and then they would hand over documentations to you for you to be really, if you want to continue with those tenants, to renew the agreement when the previous one expires. But it just means that you don't have to go looking for tenants. That's all it means when you buy a property that's got tenants.
Okay. Okay, I think I will ask this question. Is there a price range? Maybe if I want to buy property in the UK right now, like this buy to rent or any other property, are there specific range or budget I should have? At the minimum, you're looking at this amount, then you can go ahead and this. But maybe from some particular areas in the UK, maybe in this area, it ranges between X amount in this area, just like you have the suburb, the cities, and the other places like that, like that. Is there a price range, like a minimum amount I need to have? I can get a property in the UK with X amount, I can buy anywhere.
Yes, you see, when I mentioned something about the auction properties. Now, auction properties can start from anything from £50,000, £100,000 to £500,000. It's a wide range. Now, new properties, what you're looking at, anything from about, I would ask someone to have about 275,000 minimum, to look at if they're looking to buy a property between 1 or 2 bedrooms, and the maximum is entirely up to how far they want to go. Yeah, but buying the property is not just the money; it's to ensure that you have a deposit. Now you're in a better place because buying the property includes getting a mortgage here in the United Kingdom, except they want to buy outright. They have the cash. They can prove where the money has come from, when they do the checks. And obviously we would handle the rest for them as a company. If they want to buy outright, fantastic. If they want to buy on a mortgage, they need to have at least about 20 to 30% of the deposit if they're buying to rent, if they're buying to let, right? Which would make it much easier for a mortgage broker to process their mortgage.
All right, I think the question I just asked is a question that still popped up. I think she has answered that question. Are there mortgage banks or financial institutions that can help acquire auction properties? I think she just answered that question. I think that's what I just asked you indirectly.
The mortgages, the banks don't help you to acquire auction properties. There are companies that sell properties on auction. You have to sort out your finances. You have to sort out your finances separately before you go on the auction. You need to make sure that you have the money ready for those transactions.
Okay, another question from Ayonde Dockers. Can I buy a property in the UK here from Nigeria? If yes, how do I manage it from here? Nice. I like
Okay. That is a fantastic question there, Dorcas.
I don't live in the UK, I live in Nigeria.
Yes.
And I want to buy a property in the UK. All
yes. Right. So that's what we call an international purchase, which I mentioned very firstly, when I started. So that's an international purchase. Yes, you can buy a property in the UK. Now, what we have property management companies that will be able to manage a property for you while you are in Nigeria. Okay, so they'll be able to put tenants in there, do the reference checks, make sure that they pay a deposit, make sure that the property is maintained to a standard, make sure that the agreements, it's managed well. So if they give them a 6 months tenancy, they might give them a 12 months tenancy. It's renewed at a certain time. They do inspections in the properties. Your property management company would handle the other parts for you, and obviously it comes with a charge.
Okay. For those that are listening, in case they don't know, we manage properties both in the UK and in Dubai and US. So for the property management, that's why Praise is here. We buy on behalf, when we buy on your behalf, then we still get you tenants. Just buy and sleep, that's our own. We get you tenants, get the whole thing sorted out, and definitely we have our consultant fee that you pay, definitely. Is there any other question for Praise before we go to Queen? Any other question? Yes, there's one question that came to my mind when we were talking about students. I remember you said uh, even coming as a student, I can still buy a property in the UK. I just wanted to get that clear. So that
No,
as coming to his, okay,
no, what I mentioned about the rental market is at its peak. The rental market is at its
okay,
peak because we have students coming in from abroad and they are looking for properties. So somebody that is looking to buy for investment, it's the best time for them to buy because people are looking for properties right now. And the great thing is that, I don't know if I should say that here, but most of those tenants are ready to pay 12 months up front for your property. So you don't have to be thinking, yes, they're ready to pay 12 months up front. They're ready to also pay deposit, which is against damage or anything. So it's really a very good time for us to buy because property prices, yes, have gone up. So because property prices go up, rental demand also goes up because people cannot afford to buy properties, you know. So that was what I was mentioning about students.
okay. So that means
But
whoever
I'm
is
just thinking about this. A student can have a parent who can afford to buy a home, you know, they can buy the home for their children while they're here, get them to occupy so they're not paying rent elsewhere, you know, and make contribution towards the rent, towards the mortgage. And when the students finish their course, whether they're staying or leaving, they can then get properties, they can then get tenants for those properties. So it's not impossible.
Oh, then that means it's a two-way thing.
It's
Right
a
now is
two.
the best time for whoever wants to invest in the UK market for rental income because it's at its peak right now. I know Nigeria has the highest influx of people in the UK, followed by India. India is another second that has highest number of foreigners, then followed by we have the Pakistan and other people coming in. So this is the best time for you to invest and get return. Yes, Mike Salisu, very impressive. Best time to invest and get return. And also, um, okay, Edward, buying the UK definitely makes a lot of sense. Yes, that's very correct, Edward. Then also, you can also buy as a parent for your child. So indirectly, you're even helping your child to plan their fit solid. Having a property in the UK where I'm a student and I'm also getting rental income. I'm a landlord and I'm a student. I'm learning and I'm earning. Wow,
That's
that's
right.
awesome.
That's right. That's
All right.
right.
How do we get locations that are close to schools in the UK? Okay, if you're in our GTEX and associate group, just make sure you're in our GTEX and associate group. From time to time, locations that are available will be dropped there. But do you have any location you want to mention right now so that maybe one or two that you have offhand? If you have any offhand, if you don't have any offhand, we can drop them in the group later.
No, please, let's talk
Yes.
later. Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So we'll drop them in the our GTS and associate group. We'll drop all those locations and properties available in the UK. And trust me, you don't want to waste time. Like I said, getting commission in pounds is not small money. Pounds is big boy right now. All right, thank you very much. Praise Asemuta. It was nice having you on the show today. So let's move over to Quinette for Dubai property. All right, Quinette, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm doing fine. Sad. Mm.
Doing great, thank you.
Okay. So, so
So,
over to you. Looking
I
at
think
Dubai property.
right.
Okay, your slide is coming up.
Okay. So while I'm waiting for that, so basically today a lot of persons are about Dubai property. In fact, we've been publicizing that quite a lot. Dubai property, how you can get Dubai property, and most persons have been saying it's quite expensive, not easy to get. Some persons, the luxury is okay, but just how to afford. Now, part of the actually explain how and why you should get the property and how it can be easier for you. So the topic today is how to sell. I would emphasize basically on moving, how you can buy immediately, and how you can buy. So the reason why when it comes to ready for, know that all you just need to do is pay the amount of money, the total amount of money, and you get, and you can move in. Can we push for that? Mr. Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can hear you.
Okay, okay. So please, uh, instead of going back to the other, go back to the second slide. Purpose of purchase. Yes. Okay. So when it comes to Dubai property, it is always good if you are or the marketer. It is always to find the kind or the type of property you want to get for your client. And the only way you can get property is the purpose of purchase. So first and foremost, you want to know why your clients would like to buy, why you would like to invest in Dubai property. Is it because you want a ready to move in property that you would like to migrate, you would like to move to Dubai, or you want to buy for land banking? Dr. Steven is always talking about land banking, and how it can help you secure your future. So are you buying because you would like to buy for land banking? Buying because you would like to use it for rental? There are several reasons why clients or why have to source out for a property for their clients. Let's go to the next slide, please. So after you go towards the area of purchase, know why you want to buy as a or as a marketer, you know the kind of property you want to give out to your clients. You want to move. Now, I intentionally had uh, locations like Banana Island, down to Dubai, business bay, to give a everything one could or one would want when it comes to the. Now, yes, I'm talking about Dubai property, but everything I'm telling you in Dubai property, these are similar things you can look out for if you go into GTEX Homes properties here. For those of you who have homes to we do here, and it's off plan, very. So once you have settled the area, go to the slide, which is your budget. Next slide, please. Your budget. When you have thought about the purpose of purchase and you know the location you want, determines your budget. Why? Because you cannot get a property in Banana Island for 2 million naira. Possible. Even if it's land or cannot get a property in Banana Island. Why? Because at this location is being affected. So after looking out for the reason why you want to buy, and also look out for the location where you want to buy. The next thing you have to look out for is for your budget. Is my budget even is it enough? That's why clients go for our off-plan property. Why? Because it is the best of the best offer. You can buy at an affordable rate. And by the time the property is ready, trust me, you have over most times 50%, depending on the location you are buying in the country. That's a good, huge return of investment. After you look out to your budget, you want to go to the proper thing to do as a marketer, as a find your project. Please let's go. Like, find your project. What project fits for off plan? That is, you want to go for off. In Dubai, we have ready to move. We have off. We have properties that suit for rental. So that means if you want to buy for rental, and you want to start making that coming for a ready to move in property. Because an off plan property is called off plan. It's either in process or it has not even. So most times share the vision of what is to be built there. You key into that. When that project is ready, you have made more. So, but for someone who for a property immediately purchase and start your rental, no one like let's look at the festive period. Aside Nigeria being coming to Dubai, there are several people from several countries coming to Dubai. People who want to spend Christmas, people who want to just shop, people who want to take their families to places, people who want to see Burj Khalifa, people who want to see all the new proposed projects for the the next tallest building. People want a lot in Dubai. There's just a lot that comes up when you hear Dubai. So, where do these people stay when they come? They need luxury. They want to stay in beautiful apartments that can actually give them that feel of, oh, I actually traveled. I went to Dubai. I'm staying Dubai. So imagine if you have a property now in Dubai that's for rent, you're making a huge sum of returns. Why? Because if you were renting for maybe 10,000 dirhams, you know now as high as 15,000 dirhams. Why? Because the opportunity or the demand for rental is high during this period. So why you need to know what kind of property that property is your budget. Please, can we go to the next slide? So after you find the project, can we go to the next? The next one after this. The next one. Yes. So, uh, no. Can we go back again? Yes. So, we have now decided to go for a property, and it happens to be an off-plan property. Why buy that rate? You want to buy with discounts because majority of the off-plan property buy comes with three things. It's either you get it fully furnished, you get off- offers attached to the off-plan projects. Most launched. Why? Because property
Hello,
has
Queenette. Sorry, Queenette. Your network is cracking up.
okay.
You can just adjust.
How about
It's a bit cracking up.
Mr.
Wow. I can't hear you at
Can you
all. Okay, while we're waiting for her to change up her network, yes, we're waiting for Queenette to reposition herself. Network is cracking up. I have some of those complaints. Basically, what she was saying, and just to add a few more things to what she was saying, buying in Dubai is a very, very unique location where property purchase is something where every day there is a reason to invest in Dubai. The way the economy is structured in such a way that every day people coming to buy, it's like once people are leaving, people are arriving. And Dubai, the way Dubai economy is built, is an economy that supports what business, investors, investment. That's why you have all those uh, packages, investment packages, the visas and the rest that help investors come in. Imagine zero tax, tax free on returns. There's nowhere in the world they will give you that kind of offer you not jump to it. Zero tax, and there's even mortgage right now. Meaning you can buy property with mortgage in Dubai as we speak, even as an buyer, international buyer. All right.
oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's better now. Better now.
Oh, it's better now. All right.
Clear. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I should go on. All right. So, so sorry for that, but for those of you who actually heard me from the area of the property and you have looked at your budget, your location, and your purpose of purchase, you have decided that, oh, okay, I go for an off-plan project. Why? Because it comes with a lot of offers, and the offers are like get furnished, you get an rate, you get chillers, all the things that are attached. And then when it comes to property, when it is launched, why? Because there are a lot of persons waiting to buy. Because people know what they spend or save. We have a stable economy. You have a property, no property tax. say that unlike trying to say or US, but unlike UK and US, pay property tax, in Dubai you don't have to pay for property. Whatever income or whatever gain you stand, so there's no calculation. I have to remove my property tax. In Dubai, they are trying to make sure that they get a lot of investors investing in Dubai and enjoying those offers there in Dubai. So imagine you having a property in Dubai. So if you have decided as as a marketer to get a property for your clients and you have an off-plan project, I'm going to try to give you and also relate to a property we have now that is available. And trust me, that property is going for a good price and clients who would like to key into this property make more. Why? Because it's lots of attractions that will give you that why you're looking for that rent from that level you're looking for. Now, this property is Mohammed, that's MBRC. For those of you who know, right? The property is very downtown and Burj Khalifa. If you decide to keep the property, you can see the popular Burj Khalifa. You know how they do the lightings and in Burj. You can see it from when you decide to buy in this particular project I'm talking about. And just like I said, it has the Burj Khalifa downtown view, it has the lagoon view, all in this particular project. It was just recently launched, and we have few offers that are for people who would like to do it. It will give you about 4 years payment. You can make 60 now and 40 after handover. So it's not like you're scared that you will not get your property. It is like there's 100% pay for it, and you will get exactly the luxury you want before you can spread out. That's a good offer anyone would like to key into. You want to go for the first thing you want to look out for is your reservation. So recently, cases where people would pay up and next minute say, and they tell you you have lost this particular project. Maybe you wanted to get at floor 24, that's the 24th floor. You wanted to get one part facing a downtown, and you have not accepted it, and next minute the developer is telling you that you have that project. Why? Because you did not finish your booking reservation. So you want to go into uh, get an off-plan. You want to look out for your booking reservation. A particular developer, how much are they taking? Like project as low as 10% worth of that property, you can reserve and book this particular property. And trust me, just like I said, the payment spread is wonderful. It is something that you can at your own terms, but at your making sure the policy of the developer. And trust me, these people always deliver. Now, you have looked out for your reservation, you want to go into collecting your reservation. So you have gone through the process, you know you have to pay a 10% down plus your DLD fee. Now, a lot of people ask me, what's the DLD fee? The DLD fee is more documentation fee for any other property you buy. You want to buy in UK, US, you want to buy in Nigeria, you all know that you have to process the documentation. So that's like the fee you have to pay while you wait for your offer. So once you have done that, you go into completing your down payment. That is to say that your book reservation payment can be, you can spread. So a lot of you might be thinking, yes, 10% is quite comfortable for one day and start your process. Just for those of you who would like to spread it, okay, at the moment, I don't have my 10% for a week or two. Now, most developers have these options. Going by this particular your 10% for as long as 2 weeks. Prepare and keep honest preparation. You can do all of that. That is 10% because for other companies, you're able to get then you have to make sense. For this particular the option to even spread for as long as 2 weeks. That's a good one. Now you go for completing payment. Once you have completed the down payment, yes, whatever project you have chosen, whatever number and unit number you belong that you can officially start making or spreading your payment. And if you look through my site, the part where I wrote 4% DLD fee and administration fee. Yes, for every single property you decide to purchase, you have a fee of 4%. Now, this 4% is the percentage of the actual worth of the property. So if you decide to buy a property of $200,000, you know you have to make a 4% fee of $200,000, which is what Dubai Land will be using to process your documentation and all the rest. And then you have something called an administrative fee. I believe everybody knows that every real estate company or developers actually have what we call administrative fee, which will be used to process the documentations and other necessities you need to fill up. And then you go further for signing of SPA. SPA is called the Sales Purchase Agreement. Now, a lot of you just feel that once I make my 10%, that's it. I wait for the next time to make my 10%. No, that is why a lot of persons are being defrauded in Dubai. You just go to Dubai and people tell you, drop 2% of this and you get a property. It is because you did not do your due diligence. That's why GTEx Homes Dubai is there for you. That's why GTEx Homes is even there in the first place, to help you go through that process and to make sure you are not duped. That's one. You go through the right process. In fact, we fight for you with developers. There are most people who have bought properties from developer. In fact, I know one of them who's a client of ours. Bought into one developer, and up till today, in fact, the client will be asking, is there a way you can help and assist? I bought from this developer. They are not behaving well. These are the things GTEx Homes does for you. That's why when you see Dr. Stevens saying that it is better you buy from a real estate company than you buy from Omonile. You know why? When the problem comes, it's just you and the government. Omonile has sold, and it's no longer their business. But when it comes to GTEx Homes, it is not just that we have sold. We have to make sure we gave you, and we have given you the best of the opportunities. We stand for you. We don't just leave it for you and the developer. You know, most developers can be funny, and we even choose the right developers for you. So we're not just selling because we want to sell. We're not just selling because we want to make the name of, we have sold billions. You know, when you hear Dr. Stevens saying billions, it's not just about we have made billions. We just want to make sure that whatever project you decide to go with us will be the best. Look at the people who bought Sapphire Estate that will be going tomorrow for inspection. Bought around 750. They are the ones now who can resell for 9 million, as low as 9 million naira. So what are you saying? If we're just interested in selling, then we can just as well abandon you to do the rest for yourself. So we make sure we look out for the best. We stand for you, regardless of the situation. So let's move on to signing of your SPA. Most clients don't know that there's something called sales purchase agreement. In fact, when they receive it in their mails, they don't even know their whereabouts or what I need to do and what I don't need to do. So you have paid for a property, you have dropped your 10%. The next thing you want to ask for is your agreement. How do I pay? Yes, you know the processes, but it has to be officially written. There should be a document that will be signed by both parties, which is the developer and you, the client. So once you have signed that, you go straight to your Oakwood registration, which is the point where they register for your documents, where they process your documents with Dubai Land. That is where they make sure that documentation is being perfected. But in this case, because you're going for an off-plan property, you are giving something like a temporary documentation. That's what you're giving. It's just like in Nigeria too. There's something called a temporary allocation, where you have clients buy and they've not paid for their documentation. GTEx Homes goes as far as offering you a block and plot number and giving you the offer of, okay, pay up for documentation and it becomes permanent. It is also like that in Dubai. So, but in this case, because the property you're buying is an off-plan project, they give you something like a temporary deed because it's not fully registered until that property has been handed over to you. So you see that even the Dubai government has its own idea of protecting you, the clients, also. So that's why they have to monitor the project and make sure even the developers will deliver as at when due. Now, after this registration has been done, documents will be sent to you, you get to see them, you sign and others, and then you settle your installments properly. So if you are to make a 10% down payment in a specific month, you know that that's what you need to do. Remember, I said this particular project I'm talking about will give you about 4 years payment spread. So comfortable, you don't have to pay all the payments at once. And remember, once that property is ready, you make high returns in that particular investment you've made. Either you want to push it for renter, you want to live there, you want to resell. Most people even buy to resell. That's even a huge one. Why? Because the more naira is dropping, dirham is going up. It just keeps increasing. The last time, as at the first time I visited Dubai earlier July, dirham was about 173. Now dirham is 209 or 208. That's how bad it is. So if you decide to go into Dubai properties, you are quite assured that whatever you're buying, you are making your returns. It is not depreciating. Yeah, they always say that about real estate, but with Dubai, you are very, very sure of that. So once you have gotten, you have finished up your payments. Remember, there's something called project completion. It's an off-plan project. So you want to immediately get, you want to immediately check that project if it's completed. We, the people who you bought from, the brokerage firm you bought from, will keep you updated. The developer will keep you updated. Once that project is completed, you go through the handover process. Now, the handover process involves you checking the property, making sure what you were promised. If it was, if it's a one-bedroom apartment, you get to see that one-bedroom apartment. If you are supposed to be seeing Burj Khalifa at the comfort of your balcony, they make sure you see that. If there's a balcony attached to that building, you get to see all of that. So these are some of the offers you get to receive if you decide to go for an off-plan project. So once you're done with the handover process, they do the what's it called, pest control, they do the deep cleaning, and they hand over fully to you. The keys are given to you. Now, it is when this process is done, you have moved in, you can now pay the rest of the 40%. Remember, I said it is a 60-40 payment plan. You make 60% before the handover, and after handover, you make the rest of the payment. So once you have done all of that, you complete your handover payment. After doing that, you get that document. Remember, I said they give you something like a temporary document. Why? Because the project is not yet ready. And once you get all of that, trust me, you can start making returns. Now, we have offers for ready to move in properties for people who would like to buy immediately. Why? Because currently now in Dubai, there's a high demand for properties, from studio 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. People who just want to come and stay for a month or two, and you cash out immediately as a landlord in Dubai. So once you go into this project, I have already talked about the 4 years payment spread, and the starting price for projects like this is as low as 1.3 million dirhams. That is to say that it is quite affordable. Unlike if you decide to go into buying a 1 bedroom that is ready in Dubai, you will get it as high as 2.3 million dirhams. So getting a property for as cheap as, I'm even going to use the word cheap, no longer affordable, as cheap as 1.3 million dirhams, that's a good one for you, trust me. And then you go through the processes, and most of them even comes with other offers, just like I said. A lot of these properties make sure that you remain in that property comfortable. You get every other thing you want to get in that property. And just like I explained, there's something people are actually yearning for in Dubai. If you're an investor in Dubai, investor in real estate, that's a good one for you. And how can you be one? Get into any of the GTEX Homes Dubai property I'm just listing right now for you. If you decide to go into any of them, you can get as high as a golden visa, which can give you up to 5 years in Dubai. Visit Dubai, it covers your family, covers your kids, that's your children, your relative, your maid, that's your age. That's how far this is. We all know that in Dubai, they don't give you permanent residence. So you get some of these properties, you can get all of that as an investor. So tell me why you don't want to go into investing into Dubai. Why not Dubai? Why not Dubai? So we're not pushing you out of other locations, but we're just telling you that the right time for you to invest in Dubai is right now, and it will give you the best of the best. So apologies once again for the internet interruption. And
All right, that's awesome, fantastic presentation. Yes, Queen of Dubai, just that's why she's being Queen of Dubai, you know. So, anybody has question for her? Because sincerely, you need to understand Dubai is a very wonderful place for investors. You know, I believe maybe the next 20, 50, 100 years, Nigeria might look like Dubai with the right leadership on ground, because leadership is all it takes to actually get into Dubai. And that's why we have GTEx rooms there in Dubai ready to help Nigerians. Now, we're not there because of diasporans, we're not there because of other nationalities, we're there because of Dubai, Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians in Dubai. Dubai is a cosmopolitan city. It's not an Islamic city. It's a cosmopolitan city where you have people from all nations in Dubai living peacefully, enjoying the benefits. So basically, like what Queen had said earlier, if you want to get property, see, you don't buy from Omonila and go to sleep. It's not possible. Because the day they tell you something is happening somewhere, you start fasting and praying, oh God, oh, I hope my land, I hope my this. Why not just buy from credible real estate firm like us? We are physically present in Dubai, physically present in the UK, and the goal is you buy and go to sleep. I can tell you this: you buy and travel. You can buy and go on vacation, go to Nebraska, go to Oman, go to Australia for years. Your alert, your rent will keep on dropping, just like what, just like grass. So, any question to anybody on the? Do I have anybody that has any question? If you have questions, let's take your questions so that we can wrap up. Questions. Okay, Queenie, let me ask this. Let me ask this question. For example, right now, is there any offer on ground, any product you think I can quickly jump on if I want to sell or I want to invest, or that I can recommend to anybody to buy in Dubai right now? When you say offline sales, and how much is the initial deposit that I need to put in and to buy property now? Any project on ground right now that I can jump on?
Okay, yes. There's a project I spoke about that is currently facing much down.
The line is cracking up again.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Better.
Okay, so just on ground, much down. Very so for going to this project, that
The line is still cracking up.
life in
Okay, I don't know. Maybe we bind the whoever is not a network, we remove them now. All right. So I think what we'll do is this to make it easy for everybody. We're going to drop for G&A members just for UK and Dubai property that are available right now. Now, this is how we are dropping it. The location, the name of the property, developers, the location the property is, then the initial deposit and the payment plan. This way, those are four things that we need to drop: the name of the developers, the location where that particular property will be, the initial deposit, and the payment plan for that particular property. So we'll drop that for UK, we'll drop that for Dubai in all our G&A group, that's GTEx and associate group, so that you can get hold of it and begin to make money out of it. Now, let me tell you something: the best time to invest in Dubai is now. Do you know why I'm saying this? Next month, the World Cup is starting in Dubai. And when the World Cup starts in Dubai, let me explain why. The World Cup is not starting in Dubai, it's starting in Qatar. But you know, people will be living in Dubai and be going to Qatar. Why? Because Qatar has 43,000 hotels, while Dubai has over 303,000 hotels. And what does this tell you? Qatar would not have enough accommodation for visitors that are coming in. And people will be what? People will be living or rest or domicile in Dubai and be taking the flight for 45 minutes. From Dubai to Qatar is 45 minutes flight. They'll go and watch the match and they'll come back to have fun and live in Dubai. And what does this mean? Whoever has investment, has a property in Dubai for ready to move in right now, man, you are going to be cashing out big time, because the property surge is going to be massive. Everybody, don't forget, November is World Cup. Christmas is coming in December. Wow, this is something else. Christmas comes, and then when you enter January, New Year, that's what another Oh, come on, another celebration again. So the best time to put in your money right now, and the best two places you can invest in, if you are looking at getting return fast on investment, you go to where you have Dubai. Now, if you're looking at the surge in for students, the inflow of students, the need for accommodation in the UK, my brother, I don't know what you're waiting for. UK also a good place for you to put money right now, and all you need to do is I think there should be a number on the screen. You can send a message, the number on the screen, or you can send a message to info at GTEX Homes and you get that information. Or better still, please guys, can you roll our number? 081 081 32 44 80 60. 081 32 44 80 60. Reach out to me and we'll get across to the team, both UK, both Dubai, any of those property you want. Then if you are a member of G&A, that's GTEX and Associate, reach out to your branch, whatever branch you're representing, either Abuja, either Ibadan, either Abeokuta, either Asaba, either Omole or Banana Island here, any branch you belong to, even Dubai or the UK branch, reach out to your branch manager and we'll get you started immediately. And next one, I'm going to wrap this up in the next 4 minutes. Now, there will be a massive inspection tomorrow. There are two programs running tomorrow. One is a massive inspection of our Sapphire Water City estate, just like Queen Edda said, that was our first estate. That estate to me is iconic because I remember the beginning of that estate, how we used to describe where the estate was. We could literally not walk to where the estate was, as at then in 2016. But today, by the grace of God, we've done road. When I mean road, we've some feed road all the way inside. We've done over 400-meter fence, and we are still sampling the land right now. And we're moved to the next phase of development because all our assets is in development phases of what we're doing, the perimeter fencing, the gatehouse and showroom, and that is what we are doing right now. Don't forget, we also do off-plan sales. So if you want to join us for that mega inspection tomorrow, all you need to do is very simple. There is what do you call it? There is a link. Can you put the link for the registration on the group right now? There's a link for registration for the G&A for the inspection tomorrow of Sapphire Water City. You have that inspection on the group. Straight reach out to that, click on that link to register. Then the other one again is this. If you're also interested in joining the Real Estate Masterclass, we're having the Real Estate Masterclass with Dr. Stephen Akintayo tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Real Estate Masterclass. Now, trust me, you want to learn from the masters. You want to learn how to set up your own real estate firm, how to start buying properties and move from buying to buying estate and selling estate and move to the bigger level or to the big boys level. Join that class tomorrow. There's a link for the registration. Can we have that link on the registration, please? For that class also, you register on that same platform and we get you started. Now, we have our trainings on Tuesdays and Fridays for GTEX and Associate. Now, Fridays, we'll be having more of global properties, that's international properties, while on Tuesdays, we're having more of our Nigerian properties. Now, don't miss out the next event on Tuesday. We'll be having one of our seasoned lawyers on board, and the topic is what to know before you buy any property. What to know, that is coming from the legal angle, from the legal part, what to know before you buy any property. Trust me, you don't want to buy property and begin to regret. So you need to join us on Tuesday, 4 p.m., same time, same station, same location. We love you. Thank you very much, Queen Etienne, for coming on board. Thank you, Praise Asemota, for coming on board. I know very soon I'll see Praise. I'll see you in the UK very soon. We'll be coming to the UK very soon, just to say hi to the king there. And maybe take some have some tea with him. I know UK people like tea very well. They are tea conscious. Yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining us again. We appreciate you. We say thank you for your time. See you again next time on Tuesday for the next class. Yes, that is the link to register GTEX and Associate /REM for the Real Estate Master Class tomorrow with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. You don't want to miss it. One more word from you, final word, Praise, before you call it a day.
Now, just encourage people to think about investment. Investment is for life. You can never run out of, properties. Property is the best thing to invest in. People are always looking for somewhere to live in. And it's something that you must always think about and to make a start in. So don't delay. If you can do it now.
Oh, nice, awesome. Queenette, anyone for you? Final one.
So I go so, but basically, um, yeah. But I would say the popular one. Don't wait to buy. And the right so now, guys. Yeah.
All right, guys, you just had Queenette said, you don't wait to buy property, you buy property and wait. Like the wise man says, if you know where people are going to, go ahead of them and buy the property and wait for them to come. That is called smart investment. See you guys again. My name is Akuri Jadagari, the MD of Digital Associate. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for coming. We love you. Next time, next week. Thank you very much.